Hey people, the Fred's32 here again, and before anybody asks, no, this is not a game review. Silver Surfer's walkthrough actually forced me to do a walkthrough of this. Well, made me want to. And I'll be reviewing one of my favorite NES games, at least in Japan, Akumajou Densetsu, and you're also wondering why I'm doing this on Nestor J. It's because Nestron isn't compatible with VRC6 games such as this. There are only 3 in existence, by the way. And yeah, that's pretty much the reason. So that's why I'm playing this on Nestor J. You can play VRC6 games on Nestron, I think. I'm actually not sure, but we already know that there's enough lagging on my laptop. So we're doing this on Nestor. Time to say goodbye to the turbo control for a while. There we have the title, Akumajou Densetsu. During 15th century Europe, there lived a person named Dracula. He practiced sorcery in order to create a bad world filled with evil. He began taking over the continent of Europe, changing countries from good to bad. The good people of Europe tried to fight off Dracula, but no one was able to survive. Finally, the Belmont family was summoned to battle Dracula's vile forces. The Belmont family has a long history of fighting evil. The townspeople became afraid of the Belmont's superhuman power and asked them to leave the country. Fortunately, the people found a mighty Belmont called Trevor. In Japan, his name is Ralph Belmondo, so keep that in mind. Maybe you don't have to keep that in mind, actually. The curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Now, that was a translated version, just so you could read the story. Oh, sorry about that. This is the actual Japanese version. And there are no number variables here, so I'm just gonna type in Fred's32. A scan just started. You didn't see that, but thankfully I'm using Nestor J, so I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Probably the most epic intro music, at least at the time. And first I'll be doing one with Grant, but after that I'll do one with Alucard, only because I want to review every single inch of this game. But first we're gonna focus on the Grant run, and don't be surprised if I use Grant much more often than I do Trevor. Oh, sorry about that. I also like the music in this game much more. And once again, for those of you who absolutely love the soundtrack, such as me, dang it, Gradius has a soundtrack that's broken into 4 parts up on his channel, and Gradius 2, his second channel, has the entire 32-minute soundtrack. Yes, it is 32 minutes, and it didn't even reach the time that YY Worlds is. Oh, sorry. I'm just much more used to FCUX. So, don't be surprised if you see more often than you should. See this more often than you expect. And down here, we have the Medusa heads. Near the end, after the second half of the game's reach, they actually cause more damage to you. To Trevor. Well, to Trevor and Grant. That just doesn't make sense, though. At first, they cause 2 units of damage, but near the end, they cause 3. And then as you continue on, after that, they cause 3. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. Yeah, we got the Holy Cross. And there's a pork chop over on that left wall over there. So I'm gonna show you a demonstration, then load. You gotta break that wall right there. You also get 5 hearts, but I don't really find that safe because the best chance is you will get hit by that hunchback. And I am very hardcore in this game, as you can tell. Well, maybe you could tell. So much more used to playing this on FCUX or Nestron because those have turbo controls. Not so sure about Nestron though, because of VRC6 issues. Who knows? No thanks, I will not take that dagger. And here we have our first boss of the game, the skeleton with a shield. Oh. Come on, you stupid skeleton, get over here. Wait, seriously? Wow. I wish I knew about that strategy. Usually I just run around all over the place trying to get lucky for him not to hit me. And this will be a multi-part, definitely. And seeing that I have about 3 weeks till my next episode, I may as well show off some cool stuff such as this. And since this is a Grant run, I will be taking the upper path. I'll cover the upper path in the next episode. Now, if you go over here, you'll break the wall and you'll get a giant heart. Wow, half my time has gone by already, so I better keep that in mind. If you saw my Silver Surfer review, you'll know why. And I better keep track of how often I save. Is there a limit of how many times you can load a state? If so, I don't know what the limit is. And now, these spikes over here, you can't actually get hit by them if you walk to the side, but that will be best known later in the game when you're leaving the castle. And no, I will not grab that dagger. If you touch them from the top, they are instant death. And so is that. But we don't want that to happen. We're not gonna let that happen. Trying to get through this as fast as I can. Another minute has just gone by. And if you're using Trevor's or Ralph's whip, those knights take 2 hits to kill. In Castlevania 3, everything just takes much more damage. And one actual interesting thing to note is that Grant's knife actually does 1 less damage than the whip did in the first Castlevania game. And now we have to wait for this thing. And just quickly get up here. And we have to wait for another one of these things. The first time I saw those things, I thought they were supposed to be rotating. But apparently they don't. Another heart. Wow, this tower's tall. But the towers are also actually pretty easy. When I saw the map layout on videogamemaps.com, I expected it to be much harder. But I haven't really loaded that often. That's how easy it is. And the direction Medusa heads come in actually depend on what side of the screen you're on, and wow, how did I survive that? Whatever. Oh my god, I'm running out of time. I only have about 2 minutes left here. So I want to see if I can defeat the boss before. And don't touch me! No stopwatch for me. I'm definitely not gonna make it. And up there we have another room. Yeah. And you'll see the screen's lagging a little bit, which is bad for the sake of this walkthrough, because I only have 45 seconds left on this clip. Ugh. Come on, get up there. Let's see if I can make it up here without getting hit and avoiding the time limit. Most likely not. Alright. Let's see if I can at least make it here. Alright. Now, as you just saw, my clip just ended. But thankfully I knew it was gonna happen, I was keeping track of it. That's not gonna stop this walkthrough, is it? I hope not. Thankfully, this is the last level I'm doing for this walkthrough. Well, for this first episode, at least. And Grant's actually pretty easy. At least you can at least if you keep up with the pattern. Easily one of the easiest bosses in the game. Fortunately, then I was using weapons other than the dagger. And sorry if you hear any different sounds, but that's because Mr. J is one of the worst emulators I've ever had to use. Thankfully, this isn't the worst. The worst I've ever had to use was JNES. Come on, get down here! I only got 10 minutes here, yeah? Ugh, come on. Are you serious? Wow, got lucky there. Come on. About one more hit left. Or 2 hits, whatever it is. You still get full health. Don't be surprised if this does reach 20 minutes. And here we will take Grant. Now, this is in Japanese because I'm not playing the translated version anymore. And this stuff basically says take him or leave him. Obviously, I will be taking him. What he's saying is he's really helpful because he can run really fast. But oh, he doesn't tell you that he can climb on walls. Oh no, definitely not. So, from this point forth, I will be using Grant much more often than Trevor. So keep that in mind, please. So, we will be using Grant now. And we will be getting the axe, one of the only weapons that he can actually get. He basically can only get the axe or the stopwatch. And yes, we still have to leave the tower. Whoa! And since this guy can climb on walls, he's really helpful, but the only criticism I have is that he takes 1 extra point of damage that Trevor would take. He's one of the weaker characters in the game. And the knife throw is a bit... The dagger throw, I call it a dagger. It is weaker, but I find it to be much more useful in the whip because it's infinite range. It's a projectile. Whoa! That was close. I like this. I'm taking all the shortcuts so I can waste less time. I wish I could have done that with the previous clip. That way I would have had to waste much less time and I'd probably still be on this clip on the previous clip right now. You don't have to waste time by climbing up the stairs right there. You could just climb up the wall, jump. Whoa! That was close. And sorry if you hear any wrong notes here, but yeah. Mr. J is one of those irreliable emulators. I just find it strange that the much better emulators aren't really that reliable for recording. And there we go, we've cleared the tower. So, see you in part 2.